last year, I got paid a boatload of money from BDCs for doing absolutely nothing. My New Year's resolution this year is to get paid even more boatloads of money for doing absolutely nothing. Well, thankfully, Capital Southwest, ticker symbol CSWC, is here. Despite its name, it's not related to Southwest Airlines. Thank God. I'm trying to have a guaranteed seat over here. I'm about to lay out the Cat Williams truth about Capital Southwest. Capital Southwest is a BDC, a credit-focused BDC to be specific. Business development companies specialize in facilitating the flow of capital to small and middle market businesses, which are typically overlooked by the traditional big banks. So companies like Capital Southwest, they look to assist companies grow and expand their business by giving them a loan. They then get paid by the income generated from interest, just like with a regular bank. Capital Southwest currently has $1.4 billion in investments and focuses on supporting the acquisition and growth of middle market businesses with $5 million to $35 million in investments across the capital structure. Now, the benefits of BDCs is that they get certain tax benefits if they distribute at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders in the form of dividends. This is how they can afford those big, juicy dividends. It's not necessarily a bad thing for BDCs to have a high yield. The company is based in Dallas, Texas. Don't believe me? Just look at the director's headshot on the company website. If that doesn't spell out total Texan, I don't know what else would. Like the man on picture day went to his closet and pulled out the old cowboy hat. Capital Southwest will look for companies with a minimum EBITDA of $3 million when doing loans. They may sometimes also take equity investments alongside debt investments, which allows the company to be a partner of the company it's helping out, though they will not make an investment big enough to ever take control of the actual company. Some of the business sectors CSWC invest in are manufacturing, healthcare, business services, specialty chemicals, tech such as software as a service, and food and beverage. Most of the company's loans are floating rate loans, which means it's not fixed, but dependent on what Uncle Jerome does. Keep in mind this is a company with just a $1 billion market cap. That's super small compared to most companies I cover on this channel that are pushing that $1 trillion market cap. Capital is so small that the steak served at Google's cafeteria is more valuable. The company website shows all 285 investments they currently have on hand or have had an investment in at some point in time. Some of these relationships date back to the year 1997, and some transactions are happening as recently as just last month. So really investing in this company is getting exposure to dozens of different companies and being well diversified across different sectors. Now, 88% of CSWC's investments are first lien debt investments, meaning if the company were to go bankrupt, Capital Southwest would be first in line to claim or to get priority in any assets of the defaulter. Though Capital Southwest has been a publicly traded company for as far back as 1984, the company has only recently exploded in share price and popularity. After C19, the stock plummeted 55%, trading for just $9 a share, but they have recovered quite nicely today, up to $25 a share. That's a gain of 176%. Plus, the company has a starting dividend yield of just under 10%. Capital appreciation and high dividends, that's the best of both worlds. Prior to 2015, they really only did equity investments and they paid semi-annual dividends and pretty small yields. But after 2015, they have gone totally gaga with dividend payments. Not only are they paying their regular quarterly dividends, but they're also paying out supplemental dividends and even special dividends. In 2023 alone, they paid dividends 8 times. That dividend trend has also been going in a mostly upward trajectory, and it's gone up quickly, which is ideal to see. Another thing is this is a company that's still rapidly growing. They had $110 million in new committed investments this past quarter. Currently, they've invested $1.3 billion across 94 different companies. Their net investment income rose 24% from the prior year period. Now, one recent news event is that the company just got approval to increase its total credit commitments by $25 million. This could lead to increased capital expansion, liquidity and flexibility, and better risk management. Now, this doesn't mean that Capital Southwest is not without risk. In a recession, smaller companies like Capital Southwest, they can definitely get hit very hard. There's a lot of companies that may not be able to pay back loans. Dividends could be cut. This is a company, due to the nature of the business, it's constantly issuing new shares and diluting shareholders to raise money. Capital Southwest currently has a buy rating from 3 of its 4 analysts. However, the price target, that's nearly 14% lower than today's prices, that might actually indicate the stock is currently overvalued. The most recent NAV over share price at the end of September was $16.46. Compare this to the current share price of $25. It's not hard to see why many think the stock is currently overvalued. However, to get great companies, one often has to pay a premium. It's kind of expected, but there is a limit to everything in life. As one of the greatest investors of all time, Warren Buffett once said, "It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price." Perhaps right now is the time to watch Capital Southwest like a hawk to see if there's any great buying opportunities when the stock goes down. But with near a 10% starting yield, it just seems really hard to go wrong right now. Want to see other BDCs that I own in my $165,000 portfolio? Check out the Patreon link below. If you've enjoyed the video, leaving a like and a comment really helps out a small-time YouTuber like me. My videos are always found in podcast form under the Collect Cash podcast name. What do you think about Capital Southwest? I'll buy, stash, and collect cash you in the rest of 2024.